Hello everybody, welcome to part 2 of this precise watch timer conversion. If you missed part 1, we are converting this thing into a kick-ass little preamp, all-tube preamp. Right now we're also trying to make this into a working tremolo as well. So this will be a overdrive preamp boost and tremolo effect also. 2 in 1. And what we're trying to do now is we're experimenting with different photoresistors because what we're going to do is use the light that already exists inside this amp to vary the resistance on these resistors and hopefully get us a tremolo effect going. First thing we're going to do is we're going to experiment with a few of these. And I'll show you kind of the idea here. What we have is one lead hooked to the wiper, I guess that is. I think that's it's either the wiper or the leg of the volume pot. The other is going to ground, and in between we have a photoresistor. And the idea here is when this thing is completely in the dark, such as down here, we'll just put it down here in the dark. It's going to vary the resistance to ground and effectively give us our tremolo. Sorry for the bad camera work. Effectively, it's going to give us our tremolo. So we're going to go through these one by one and experiment. I've got several different values. We're going to experiment with the best one to use, and then we will insert it into the amp and figure out a place to do that. Okay, here's actually a little bit of a crude but effective way to demonstrate what I'm talking about. Here I have these leads connected to one of my example photoresistors. What I'm going to do is drop it in my my desk drawer right here. Okay, so when there's light shining on it, my guitar's all the way up, you get very, very little sound. So you get the idea. When the light comes on, the sound will go down. When the light goes off and it's completely dark, then you will get the full effect. And I think actually, as a matter of fact, this might be the resistor that we end up using. So let's go ahead and build our little roach, and then we will install it in this thing and show you exactly where it goes. Alright, back here is our motor, and you can see it spinning. Here are the leads that go to the light. And what we're going to do basically is just parallel another light off of that. And we're going to leave that light in there. And what that's going to do is that's going to, on the front of the unit, that's going to give us a flashing indicator of the speed of our tremolo. So that'd be pretty cool. But let's check out proof of concept here. Essentially, when I turn this knob, this bulb should blink at the same time as that bulb. And that's precisely what it's doing. Okay, awesome. Okay, here's our roach installed right here. And yeah, let's test it out. See what it's doing. Okay, well, it is working, but it's got kind of a clicky sound to it. We need to see what's going on with that and see if we can rectify it somehow. I suspect we might have to come in here and do something with the bias on the oscillator tube, perhaps. Not quite sure yet. We'll take a look at it. Alright, just getting pretty picky at this point. Decided to do another mod called a Zobel network across the primaries of the output transformer. And what that's going to basically do is help to suppress spikes on the output, which should smooth things out a little bit and clean up some of the trash that might get through to the output. There really isn't much. It's actually really nice sounding, but at the same time, there are every now and then you get a little artifact or something that you can hear, especially with this little speaker, the internal one. So we're going to insert a Zobel network, which basically just includes one capacitor and one resistor in series across the output. Actually, I think I'm going to need I might go with a 2-watt resistor rather than this one. At any rate, what I've chosen here is a 10K. Actually, I may even step up to a 5-watt. What I've chosen is a 10K resistor and a 500 picofarad capacitor. And just playing around with this, that seemed to give me the best effect with the least loss of tone. It's really a smooth. It just kind of smooths things out. For lack of a better words, like the cognac of your guitar tone. They're used in Dr. Z amplifiers, and they stole their idea from old Hammonds, and that's where I first saw them as well, in old Hammonds that I've converted. So that's what we're going to do with this one. We're going to do a Zobel network on the output, consisting of a 10K and a 500 pico in this case. Something else I'm definitely going to do is do something about this lead right here. This is our mains power coming in. This is our main fuse. But look at this lead right here. And look at this. That's the output. And look at how close they are. If at any point, if that jack were to turn, that would sit right there on the power. Now, you'd have to probably maybe break a lead to get that to happen. But that's not outside the realm of possibility. And that needs to be changed. So I'm going to bend that lead or something up right there. I mean, that's just scary. That came built that way. So that just gives you a sense of what you could get away with in the early 60s. Alright, we're finally ready to test this thing out. And I think you're going to be somewhat surprised. Let's see. Let's check it about halfway up to begin with. And we're going to use a Telecaster. Now this is still the internal speaker. Okay, now let's plug into my little KBA 15. My awesome little amplifier back there. That's a bass amp actually, so it's very clean usually. No distortion, but here we go with this little preamp guy. Let's check out the tremolo. It does have tremolo. It's kind of unpredictable, and I probably wouldn't ever use it, but it's, I don't know, it's kind of cool to have on here also. That's kind of jumping in and out right there. I'm not sure exactly what's causing that. I mean, obviously this circuit was not meant to be a tremolo circuit. It's just been kind of shoehorned into that role. Cool thing about it though is if I did manage to get this right, and I may come back in here and do some more work on it to try to do just that, but it does go really slow. It also gets that little bit of a click too, which I wasn't really able to figure out. I did some minor experimentation, but I didn't go in depth with it. There's a middle section here that really doesn't respond at all to the tremolo, and I think that's down to the wrong. Probably the wrong value of photoresistor, but this is pretty much the best I could come up with. Okay, so that concludes our presentation on the conversion of this little Precise watch timer, made originally by Precise Manufacturing Company in Springfield, Illinois. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video as much as I have. This has been a real fun one. Please click the subscribe button below if you have, and get updates in the future. And for now, you guys take care.